Streaming. We are starting to stream. I'll let you know when we are officially on. So, how's everybody doing tonight? And we're starting.
Good.
I'll let you know when we are actually fully on. And we are live. Not that anybody will be showing up in a little bit, but hey, we might as well just get the show on the road, right? And it is set to public. I didn't make the same mistake the first time we did it, which I had it on fucking private. I was like,
Yeah,
what the
when I was listening to your first show, I think I knew you guys were saying you were having some issues in the
Yeah,
beginning.
yeah. I was. This was our first time, so we are live right now. This is our first time. That was our first time actually doing a live stream. So we didn't really realize. I didn't realize. I mean, Inksley's he's like the pro. You know what I mean? He's almost as good at streaming as he is at watching Sakura X Sakura because we know he's into like the
Oh
romantic. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna introduce everybody. I'm Mr. Anderson. Watch
My
my
name's
video.
Mr.
Oh, sorry, watch my videos. They have boobs in it. Go ahead.
My
Boing.
name's Xinksly.
And now, don't say anything, our guest speaker, because I have something special set up for him. I'm
Uh-oh.
sure you guys will realize it, and that's who he is. I
Sounds
don't.
good. That's right on my
Wait,
brother.
what?
You. Oh, wait a minute. That didn't show up. Oh, it didn't show up.
I'm looking right now.
You didn't hear it? Oh, you guys aren't watching the stream. God damn it. Everybody else probably heard it that listens to this. But it says, and his name is John Cena. Dun, 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 dun. John Cena.
That's
Anyway,
too
Oh
bad.
damn, that sucks.
anyway,
I
I
know
have
I
it
missed it
open.
now.
introduce yourself there, sir.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Okay. Hi, hey guys, I'm Ragiroth.
Is that all you want to say? You got to say, like, I got like a super dope channel where I just talk about weird shit all
Oh,
day?
yes. Yeah, I was gonna get into that too.
Okay.
I actually have my own channel called Ragiroth. I talk about a bunch of games. I mean, lately I have been doing a lot of Persona videos. I've had a lot of focus on fighting games. Persona is kind of one of the few things I've branched off to recently, with all the spin-offs and stuff coming out.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I have the link in the description for Ragiroth. That's what I call him.
Oh, thank you.
In the bottom there, and so do our other lovely host, Mr. Xinksly, who's with me like every week. So,
Yes.
I'm just upset that he missed the John Cena because that was
Well,
just
I guess will I see it when I actually watch the video?
yeah, man.
Okay.
I was a little upset. Anyway,
It's all good.
uh, so I just got done watching. Sorry, we're gonna go into JoJo for a little bit, Ragiroth. But I just got done
Okay.
watching JoJo episode 38 and 39. What is your experience with JoJo, Ragiroth?
Okay, so I've seen bits of part one.
Okay.
I've seen all of part three.
Okay.
I've seen all of part four.
Okay.
I haven't seen any of part five. I've heard people talk about it, and I heard you guys talk about it. Like in,
Yeah.
I think the first, yeah, the previous two you did, you talked about it.
Yeah.
Like with, I know some of the characters, and I was intrigued with the whole theory you guys had with, like, I guess Dio being a stand, and I know who, like, the main villain is.
hmm
So yeah, I know JoJo fairly well. Part five, I'm have limited knowledge on.
Now, Ink, what did you think about episodes 38 and 39?
Um, I was very taken aback. I was kind of like a little disappointed.
I was disappointed as well. I'm sorry, Ragiroth. We're gonna get into some things. Feel free to chime in. We are gonna be talking about Persona. That's why we brought in our expert on Persona. Um, so,
Pressure on me now.
yeah, pressure. But I'm really interested in hearing what he has to say about it. But for JoJo, all the people that watch us just for JoJo, because we're just the epitome of just experts on this subject.
It's
But
funny that you're talking about Persona and JoJo. 'Cause,
exactly,
like,
this
they
is
came
why.
from each other.
This is
Yeah.
why I wanted to talk about it. But so you were taken back by it, Ink?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I like the I guess the story with the the stone ability. That was awesome. I like that. But towards the end, I thought there was going to be more than them just walking back to the Coliseum.
It was so anticlimactic. I was blown away by how easily everything went down.
Yeah.
And like the hobo, really? A hobo.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you find out that he's in different alternate realities of him just dying over and over again. That was the awesome part about the episode.
Yeah, I mean that was the awesome part, but there was no like coup de grace moment where you're like, oh damn, you know what I mean? Like where they switch everything
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
I don't know. I was severely disappointed with this season in general. I do think
Oh,
they're going to
yeah.
have another season. I think they're going to roll this in to another
Oh,
season.
yeah.
But even
Um,
though part 6 has nothing to do with Giorno, as far as I know.
and like, it didn't even like. You were right about them showing the older characters. I think it was just to get the older fans back. They
Yeah,
didn't show anything with
Jotaro.
Jotaro or the other guy that was like watching them the whole time.
So to be clear, the two characters that have returned are Polnareff and I forget his damn name. The short kid.
Yeah, the
Reverb.
guy
Yeah.
with Reaver. Yeah.
Yeah, Reverb.
Koichi, that's it.
And
And they
well,
all-
sorry, go.
Yeah.
Go.
And they only show him like for a few episodes.
And well, and jo- and Gene and Jotaro. It was Gene came back for Paul Thornoff. You actually already said that. Never mind. Yeah, he came back, and now he's a turtle.
What the hell?
yeah. It doesn't
Like a
ruin
literal
anything.
turtle, or is it like something in the show specific? Like a
Yeah, it's a stand ability. But
okay.
Yeah, basically they find out and like this the reason why like Persona is such a good standpoint is that you know how Personas have their ultimate forms?
Yeah, like the second year percent.
Yeah, well, that this is what happens in JoJo.
Oh, well, it's funny because Koichi kind of had his is like his from the get go is kind of like an evolving one.
Yeah, well this
But
no,
yeah.
this is like this actually this pushes them to like the next level. So like if you watch part
Okay.
5, you'll see that like the Golden Wind basically how would you explain that stand ability, Ink?
look, his gold. I don't know.
Golden
his
Requiem?
ability's all over the place. Like I don't know.
Like he can make he can heal anything. He can make things like Giorno's ability, Golden Wind. He can make things come back to life. He can make things into living things. He can take life away from things, and then he can make people relive their death over and over and over and over and over and over and over
And he-
again.
Yeah, and he can only do this the whole time. Like the death over and over again is only the new ability that came. Like he had all those other abilities to begin with, as the show progressed.
He was
So
sort of
we've
like
never had that.
he was sort of like the girl from Star Wars, the episode 7 and up, where like she just became a Jedi as soon as she held the lightsaber. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know, I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
Giorno's abilities are they're just way too OP. And like it's not like everyone else's stand abilities where they pretty much could only do one thing with it. Like Jotaro, he can stop time for what, like 5 seconds.
Yeah, I know he's like extended it over time.
Yeah.
He's gotten better.
Yeah, but
And like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like there's a lot of stuff like that didn't make sense with that show. That's
let's just put it season 5, the entire season I was building up to this kind of climactic moment. When that moment came, it was almost as if like it was over.
Mm.
Yeah.
and that's all there was to it. Like
And
you didn't feel connected to the characters.
I thought they were gonna I'm sorry, Ragiroth, but we're going into this. But I thought
It's okay.
that with 38 and 39, I thought like Diavolo was gonna come back and like with something, and they were gonna have to like they fight him. They're gonna have like an hour-long fight scene, but they ended up fighting a rock that happened in the beginning of the series before Giorno met up with them, and it basically said Backyardy's gonna die, but if he has his friends, he'll be all right.
But he still died.
But yeah, he still freaking dies. Like, come on. Dumb.
Did you see at the ending though they had all 3 of the gang members there?
Yeah, they had Deep Purple. If I'm they Jazz.
And then Little Bomber.
Yeah, they had all of them there, which was in the Rocks. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
Which was, but
Yeah, but even then, that was just them recapping everything that happened, except in rock form.
and that's what I feel like they've done a lot in this whole show. Like they told us like Giorno was a descendant of Dio and the Joesters, but like it didn't matter. Nothing happened.
Yeah,
Like,
they wasted an entire
It was all the potential wasted. Yeah.
Yeah, like I thought like maybe Diavolo. I have to admit something to you. I
Yeah.
I read up a little bit on who
Yeah.
Diavolo is.
Yeah. It's all right.
Yeah, and he's not Dio.
Well, yeah, we could tell now.
Yeah. Like,
Well, I
so
don't know what Giorno was about unless they're gonna bring him into the new season.
well, Giorno is a descendant of Joseph Joestar, and
Dio.
Dio. So like he's sort of like that black and white. He's
Yeah.
he's sort of like a Gray Knight, like from like the Star Wars like films and stuff like that. They're like from the Star Wars universe, like a Gray Knight, where they can balance the dark side of the Force and light side of the Force. So I'm guessing that's what Giorno is like.
And who's Giorno's mom again?
Um, who is Giorno's mom again?
I'm googling it.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is, like, I'm sort of like a jack of trades. Like, I sort of know a little bit here, a little bit there, but like Ink is my resident like JoJo professor.
JoJo expert.
Yeah, expert. So, like, he's on Kotaku levels. Kotaku.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm just like.
I would say that. Yeah.
Well, I'm just like, I love Japan. Wee, hentai, yay! You know what I mean? Like,
I watch a lot of anime. Yeah.
like I'm the guy that goes yeah in a Japanese. Now, here's an important question while he's looking that up, Ragiroth. When you do watch your Japanese hentai, do you prefer dubbed or subbed?
Wait, hentai specifically?
Yeah, do you prefer dubbed or subbed?
I mean, generally, I prefer. Generally, I actually prefer dubbed if I can watch it dubbed. If I can't, then I'd watch it subbed.
That's so you don't have to look up.
Exactly.
All right, okay. So we just confirmed that he does watch hentai, and he prefers it dubbed. So
I mean, whatever floats your boat.
yeah, man, it takes all people to get through the night. I mean,
actually don't, but
it's all, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. I watch hentai because they can't say no. But anyway, but so any news on who the mom was?
I'm looking it up right now.
You got
the mother.
yeah. You have 5 seconds. And you're almost out. You got about 2 more
5,
seconds.
4.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Three.
I don't think it's here.
No, so I don't think they actually said who Giorno's mom is.
So it's kind of, I feel like a lot of times when like a character is like the son of like a villain or something, I feel like they almost never show who the damn mom is. Some random person.
I've also noticed that in most Japanese like animes, the dad usually is the villain, or the dad just is never there.
That's very true.
Yeah.
I'd say that's.
Well, he was.
accurate.
Well, I mean, Dio was dead, so I mean, I get that.
Well, I think
He's very dead.
yeah, I know he's dead, but come on, like I just sort of want him to come back and be like, "What's up, bitch?"
I don't think
Yeah, I love
Giorno is going to
Dio.
be done though. I think he's going to be in the next season, and I don't think he's done.
He still has the arrow, so at one point, I guarantee you, Giorno's going to meet up with whoever else had, because there was 3 arrows there.
And I think his power's going to overwhelm him. I don't know.
Power overwhelming. What is he, a Protoss now?
Like that's what it seems like, because like his abilities were just getting more powerful by the minute.
He's going to have to construct more pylons pretty soon.
Sorry about my brother.
No, it's all right. But yeah, before we get on to the main event with Persona, did you watch Doctor Stone or Fire Force? Both of you? Have you watched any?
Oh yeah,
I've seen a episode. I think like I've seen bits of an episode of Fire Force. I know it just started coming on like Tanami, and we're like, "What the hell is this?" You know, it seemed kind of cool, I guess.
Have you caught up all the way with it, Ink?
Oh yeah, I've been caught up.
Okay.
New episode tomorrow.
Yeah, I actually do have a membership to Crunchyroll now. Because
So dirty.
yeah, I feel raped. You know what I mean? Like I cried in the corner while watching JoJo because I just needed to watch it. You know, like I tried Kiss Anime, but it kept on bringing me to porn.
Yeah.
And that just
I use Kiss Anime all the time. Oh, there was a lot of ads and
I
stuff.
told him
but-
to use the Supernova server. That's the one you usually don't get at.
I gave up.
Oh.
I gave up and I just went to Crunchyroll, and
It's
lo and
weird
behold.
though. They introduced them at like midnight, and I had work the next morning, and I just watched them.
Yeah, you texted me like at what I don't even know what time it was because my phone was dead, and you're like,
It was like 1.
I know it's
And I was
late,
like,
but it's on.
yeah. I had to let you know because I was like, I have to let them know. Like, literally.
Actually, to explain what happened, Ragiroth, to you, I was sleeping in my bed, right, and all of a sudden I heard
Right.
like hoofs. You know what I mean?
Right.
You
Of
know,
course, so.
like yeah, and I looked out the window and I saw Ink with a flag, right, and it had like a heart on it, like shaped like a scarab, and he was like, "The JoJo's coming, the JoJo's coming." Oh, yo, what up?
The JoJo's are coming.
What up? Getting by with Patty? Yeah, we got a viewers. Yay!
Oh, awesome.
Yay!
Welcome.
They
Some of my
say
friends,
they
yeah.
say this is pretty lit. That's like young speech for I think what like cool.
Awesome. Like cool.
All right, cool. I'm an old fogey, but anyway, so we've already established that you guys I already knew Ink watched Fire Force and you watched Fire Force, right, Ragiroth?
Like I said, I've seen like a little bit of the first
Right.
episode. I'm not,
I think Toonami just aired it. Like,
exactly. Yeah, it was on the other night.
We're episode 3 right now. Me and
Okay.
Ink.
Oh, so America's not that far behind. Oh.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm a little kind of predictable. Kind of predictable. I knew that there was going to be some kind of evil organization that knows way more than everyone else knows. Even though they haven't said it yet, but I guarantee you, Dio is going to come out of nowhere and start kicking the shit out of every fire. I'm waiting for it, but yeah, I watched Doctor Stone first because I knew my attention span was going to wane. Because my daughter was awake, so I was trying to juggle her, and then I started watching Fire Force after that. And by that point, I was like, getting thrown up on, and watching it. And the one cat lady, that's waifu material right there.
yeah.
Oh.
Cat fire lady.
Yeah, cat fire lady. And you know that she sprays fire from her butt cheeks?
I missed that.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
No, you have to watch it because when she like gets down on her knees, of course her ass is out because you notice that she doesn't wear she wears these pants that like leaves her butt exposed.
Yeah.
And when she shoots the fire out, it comes at arcs from behind her.
That's awesome. I have to relook at that.
I think I think it's supposed
That's
to be
pretty lit.
Yes, it is pretty lit. It got me pretty lit up, if you know what I mean. But anyway, yeah, she actually. I think it's supposed to be like a tail. I think.
Yeah, it looked like a towel behind her.
Yeah, but come on, it's coming out of her ass. Like the
I'm
first.
not I expected it from the show though. Like,
Is it like a play on like being a cat in Heat?
Oh, are you going camping on Saturday? Bring a tent though. You know what? After seeing that lady on that anime, my tent was already made. That's what getting by with Patty said. That's what I said. But anyway, she was pretty cool. But I mean, you saw cleavage and ass because like what? The main character grabs her tits by accident and her ass, and then she sits on someone's face like 5 minutes later.
She's asking for it.
Yeah, she is asking for it. I mean, that's a Me Too moment waiting to happen. But anyway, let's get on to Dr. Stone. What you think about Dr. Stone?
Dr. Stone, I'm really anticipating tomorrow's episode. I cannot wait. But overall, like, it's good. Now we know actually people are like alive other than them.
Ragiroth, have you watched any Dr. Stone?
I haven't. I've definitely heard of it though. Like when you guys were talking about it, I'm like, all right, I've heard of this, but I didn't really know too much about it now.
Ragiroth, what are you doing with your life?
I don't know, man.
You need to watch it.
You need to watch
it's the
Ragiroth.
most like anticipated anime of like the summer or whatever.
It's good.
Okay.
It's really good.
I'm like very I'm like hardcore with video games. I'm like very like mainstream with anime, if that makes any sense.
No, that's totally fine.
Pleb.
I mean, you watch Persona, so you're not all that bad.
Yeah, well,
exactly. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can't watch the Persona series.
I've only seen 5. I've only seen the 5th one.
The anime. I can't watch the animes. I feel like it's very centered to like people that have already played the game.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, it is.
I feel like they don't they don't go into detail with certain things. Like the characters' backstories or like the individual characters. I feel like they just sort of throw you in there and they go, oh well, they've already seen the anime. The only reason why they're gonna watch it is because they played the game.
I think it's partially just because it's like Persona is so damn dense. It's like so hard to like But I understand. Like I kind of just watched it for the hell of it. I was like doing something else.
Oh yeah,
while I
no,
was
there's nothing
watching it.
wrong with that. I've noticed with at least the fifth anime, I don't remember it even finishing from
Mm.
the
Actually,
game.
you know what? I heard you guys talk about that. The last part of like I guess the game in anime form got an OVA, so that's why like it was kind of on a cliffhanger. It got like an OVA, I think
I
like
think
some
there
months
is an
later.
OVA on Crunchyroll
Because
when it.
where they left it was basically the bad ending. Like, could you get?
Exactly.
Because I thought I got a bad ending while playing Persona 5 for the first time. I was like, wait a minute, like, is this? I've never gotten the good ending first run. I've always had to go back and like reload a save, um, in order to, like get the good ending. So when I got that ending, I was like, can you actually mess that up?
Yeah, no, I've never played the game, so I can't really talk to you guys about that. Like,
You
I'm waiting
can
for.
yeah, it is possible to get a bad ending and like answer the wrong things and basically mess up. Yeah, like they just make it very hard. Like you kind of have to like either just get really unlucky or just purposely try to like kind of go for the thing that's not
Well,
the right
the
answer.
thing is, like with before, I want to get in more Persona on terms with John. But anyway, um,
I'm newbie when it comes to that.
With Persona 4, my issue with Persona 4 was it was only like a two-part question. If you answered the question one way,
Yeah.
and then I was like, fuck, and
Yeah, the only reason I even knew it because I knew what happens. Like I knew what the twist was, so I knew what the answer basically. That's the only reason I knew.
to let everyone know, watching the stream, he's actually one of the writers for Persona.
Dun dun
We're gonna get
dun.
like 1,000 viewers. No, he's not. He's not. Fake news. Anyway,
That'd be awesome though.
Fake news.
but tell I want to before we get into a little bit more. So Ink, what exactly is your experience with the Persona series?
I've only seen like partial of the gameplay, and I've only watched that anime and a few of them. Yeah, no, I've only seen that anime, and I've only seen gameplay of like the fourth one. I'm really newbie when it comes to that. I'm
Okay.
waiting for the royal edition to come out to buy it.
Okay, it's probably the best move.
So I
Probably.
didn't,
Yeah.
I didn't want to jump in because I seen on sale PlayStation they had it for $20, but then I waited because I knew they were gonna do something like that.
I actually have a question for Ragiroth, but keep going, Ink, if you're not done.
No, that's pretty much it. I'm
Uh,
just gonna wait.
so what is your experience with the Persona series, there, Raggy?
We talking about like Persona and Shin Megami Tensei or just Persona?
Shin Megami Tensei in general, if you want to go that far.
Okay, I mean it's mostly Persona, but basically I played Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne.
Hmm.
I played Shin Megami Tensei 4 and Apocalypse.
Okay.
I played them from Persona. I played 3, 4, 5, and I think basically all of the 4 and so far 5 spin-offs.
Okay.
That's my experience.
Um, so I got into a really big fetish with the Shin Megami Tensei where I played. Okay, so my first one I ever played was 2. That was in 1999.
Like late 90s, right?
Yeah. I sent someone out to get me Vandal Hearts at GameStop or Funkoland, whatever it was, and they came back with Persona 2,
Some old lore right here.
and I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, what the hell did you hand me? You had a chick on the front with like a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure heart on her boobies, and like she was cuddling up with like some kind of weird sadomasochist thing. I was like, what the fuck is this? Um, and
Right
I
up your alley, though.
and then yeah, and I was like, whoa, what is this? This is awesome! Like, because it was one of the first games that actually used like half Kaiser sprites or no full Kaiser sprites. I don't know if you know what that is, guys.
I think I probably know what it is, but I don't like know what it is by name.
Yeah,
It's realistic looking sprites.
Okay.
Where like
Okay.
they're not chibi sprites.
Look at the pictures.
Look at full Kaiser, and it was one of the first games. I own all of the Persona games from Shin Megami Tensei Persona, which was Revelations Persona, through 5. I own Nocturne. Own Rado Kozuhuna versus the Soulless Army. Um, oh, the stream went offline for a little bit here.
Oh no.
What
Let me
happened?
see. I'm gonna load it.
Yeah, stream went offline. So I'm gonna start it up again. It says I'm still streaming. Oh, okay, we're coming back. Stream is resumed.
It
Um,
just probably did that for a second.
yeah. And so I own the Devil Summoners. I own Strange Journey. Digital Devil Saga. And you know what the sad thing is?
What?
I've maybe beaten. I've beaten the Digital Devil Sagas. Man, our YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will
Man.
experience buffering. Sadness.
It seems all right on my end. I
Okay,
would just.
so I've like I said, I got into a fetish of collecting, and I got to the point where I was just buying them before I can actually finish them. Um,
Oh, I
so
definitely feel you there.
yeah,
I relate with you guys on that level too. But
yeah, I finished all the Raido Kuzahuna ones. Which, if you haven't played Devil Summoner, strongly suggest it. It still has your standard like battles where you encounter an enemy and you're in a separate battle scene. But it's a real time fight, and you can have up to in part two, I think you can have up to three um, personas with you at a time fighting, and
Oh,
it's real time battle, dude.
cool.
It's yeah. Part two is worth it. Raido Kozahuna, the first one, you could buy for like $20 new sealed. So part two is definitely the best. But if you want a Raido Kozahuna Jack Frost persona, it's like a plushie. Get the collector's edition. I have it. It's fucking awesome. Worth.
Sounds
Yeah.
yeah. I
But
think the only ones I've actually beaten are Persona 3, 4, and 5. I haven't beaten Nocturne,
yeah.
and I definitely haven't beaten the Shin Megami Tensei 4 and
Well,
Apocalypse.
I do plan on playing one through Persona 1, Persona 2 Innocent Sin, and Eternal Punishment, which is Persona 2,
Yeah.
on live stream. So if you ever want to see what those games are, I will be playing those. But now on the point with Persona 5 Royal, um, what exactly is it? Because I haven't looked into it.
So, to my knowledge, what I think it is, I feel like they haven't like directly said what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's a retelling of the game. Like, it's gonna like, it's generally the same thing, like happening in the same like time span, but like things are just different. Like, it's overall gonna have more content, but it's still kind of like the same. It's like Persona 4 Golden, but on crack, basically. Like it's
Oh,
or like on steroids.
so it would be worth it for Ink to get it, right?
Um,
Inksley,
Basically to get Persona 5 Royal or get Persona 5.
Persona 5 Royal.
I think it comes
I
with
think
both.
I think
Yeah.
at this point he might as well just get Royal. Like with me, what happened was like, all right, so I had Persona 5, I got it like since it came out, and then I kind of I played it here and there, and they announced Royal, and I was like halfway through the game,
Hmm.
and I was like, oh, I don't know if I should beat it or not, and I literally asked online like, hey, do people think I should just finish the game or wait till Royal? And they said you should just finish it because you're halfway there and you'll appreciate Royal more. So like in my case, it was worth it too, and I'm glad I did. But I kind of think at this point, like, I mean, you do technically have enough time because we're not getting it till 2020.
I finished it.
So
I've been done, but for him, like,
yeah,
he's. I mean, cause what? Cause I think it's a big fuck you to me. Because I mean,
yeah.
I bought Persona 5 when it first came out, and am I going to have to pay another $60 to get the Royal?
Well, I'm hoping, and this might be wishful thinking. I'm hoping maybe they at least make it like 40. It
Well,
might be wishful thinking, but
my
maybe
I
thing is-
read
they'll make
something
it 40.
online there was going to be just an upgrade.
is it okay? Have you
Yeah, but
played
then I heard it wasn't. I don't know.
have you played Persona 3?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I played Persona 3 Portable. Yeah.
Okay. Have you played the FES? FES.
I have. I mean, I haven't. I didn't beat that one. I mean, I know about the whole epilogue and stuff.
Is
they
that
added.
is that what Royal is going to be like?
I think it's going to be like. I think it's a fusion of what like Golden was doing, and maybe what a fusion of what FES was doing. I don't think, and I guess maybe Portable. I don't think it's really there's like one similar thing they've done. I mean, they're definitely doing similar notes. Like they're adding a new female character, like
With Golden,
Persona
Golden did
Portable
that.
did, Persona 4 Golden did with Marie, and
Hmm.
I guess FES did with Metis and the epilogue thing.
Well, the epilogue was worth it because you were carrying over your saves and you were getting
Exactly.
an entirely new storyline. Royal just
Exactly.
sounds like they're just they're just throwing in maybe like a few new storylines where like no one knows each other. That's all I got from it. You'll have to explain what Royal is
There
to
does
me.
seem like a lot of stuff they're adding, but I do agree it is stupid. They couldn't have just done an expansion or something. It is unfair to
You
like
said
us.
2020. I thought it was coming out in October or
Hey,
something.
Japan's
Ooh.
getting it in October,
Oh,
so
okay.
you're not wrong, but it's just we're not getting it. We're not getting it in
Man,
October.
Xinksly was trying to shoot some bullets at you right there.
No, I want it. Like I wasn't coming at him. I
Oh,
want it in October.
whoa,
I know,
Ink.
I do too.
Ink, I don't think we should talk about wanting it on the stream here. I mean, it might get some people excited.
You could just throw up that the damp woman
Yeah.
image if that's the case.
Is that a smell of a damp woman? Anyway, so explain to me though, Rag, because you've read into this. I'm going into this completely blind. You had some kind of theory.
Yeah, so I made a couple of videos. One was about Persona 5 Scramble, the Dynasty Warriors game. That was just like who I wanted for the game and who I think will be in.
Well,
Then I
Dancing
did
All
one.
Night was way better. Sorry, Dancing All Night was way better. Go ahead.
And then the other one I did is mostly talking about Kasumi, that like red haired chick that they're like adding to the game, like a new party member. I was just talking about like who she is and like what my theory is on like what her deal will be. And then the bigger video, the one that I think you saw, that was talking about. I mean, I don't know, should I get into it because it's pretty spoilerific or?
Um,
You
one
can.
question. Well, yeah, one question before you get into that. Who is your Persona girl?
Um, well, I would say out of the party members, definitely
Hmm.
Makoto. But
Okay.
out of the girls in general, I'd probably say her sister. I forget how to say her name.
Yo, dude, back off Makoto. She was my woman.
No,
And
man, she's my waifu.
and Chie-chan, Chie-chan, my girl. As long as you don't say Chie-chan, man. Ooh, Chie, I love
Nah,
her.
she is not my Persona 4 waifu,
Oh,
so you're
she,
good there.
she's my Persona 4 waifu, Persona Q waifu, Persona 5 waifu. If I can have her waifu in every game, I would. She's my girl, bacon. As when you play Persona 5, there, Ink. Um, back off Makoto because she's already taken. She's getting like Eiffel Towered by me and Rigaroth.
All right, sounds
Um,
good.
and
I'll
if you
definitely pick somebody else.
and if I do Persona 4 live stream, don't look at my Chie. Cause
Sounds
dude,
good.
her she got mad kicks. Like, cause if you get her to ultimate form, her like she can like one shot like any enemy. It's fucking awesome. Um,
Sounds awesome.
yeah. But so go ahead with your theory there, Rigoro.
um, okay, so it involves the traitor. Should I say his name or just say the traitor?
Just say the traitor.
Okay, so it involves the traitor. Basically, I was just kind of talking about what could kind of change with him in this game because the traitor is actually a very popular character in Japan. I mean, I personally like
Oh,
him,
also
and
too, keep in mind he has seen the anime,
okay,
I do
okay,
I do know. Like
so
I just
like
haven't seen the OVA. That's
yeah.
all.
okay,
So there
I'm
is
probably
some
gonna
things
want
that
to
you
touch on
can
that.
say.
Yeah, that's fine.
okay. So like, he kind of doesn't, I guess, make it at the end of the game. And like since he's so popular, and they kind of the way they killed him was weird because like you don't really see his body, and I'm kind of I'm in the boat that like if I don't see a body, if I don't see a corpse, that character could very well still be alive. Um,
Oh yeah.
and well, if this was a sequel, they could actually kind of answer that, But I guess since if it's a retelling, I think something different could kind of happen, and like I guess since he sort of sacrificed himself to kind of save them at
Hmm.
that point in the game, he could like maybe he would stay with your party till the end of the game, and like another thing is because they said that there's an extra semester to the game. Now, if you remember, at the end of the game, the protagonist is in jail for a little bit,
Hmm.
and I'm thinking that the traitor is going to go to jail in his place and then that'll give you that extra semester. And I
Mm.
also there's another thing is I think I don't unfortunately I can't find like physical evidence of this, but people have said they found files in Persona 5 that suggested that the traitor was supposed to be in your party longer. Um,
Mm.
like there's the one dungeon with like where you turn into the mice.
Hmm.
There's like a model for his mice form. There was some dialogue people found that was never found in the game, and also he even had his own palace or something. I figured it would be like a mini palace, so maybe like they'll put that in Royal, and you go in that palace and he'll change his heart or something, and he'll kind of join you. I don't know, something like that.
I
That
mean,
was kind of where I was going with my theory. I don't know how plausible it is, but
to me,
that's the general idea.
that doesn't sound like it would be worth a extra like $40-$60 though.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
there'll probably be more stuff than that. That video is just tied to the trader, but yeah, I understand what you're saying.
yeah. Like, cause like for Inc. getting into the series, like Persona 5 is definitely like the one of the best of the series.
It is definitely.
So I do highly suggest picking that up.
Keep it
Yeah.
titled,
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
yeah. I mean, so what is this is a question for both of you guys. But I mean, maybe Raggy would be able to answer it a little bit better. Why do you like Persona? Like, what's one thing that you like about Persona and why?
Oh boy. Um,
Just one, and then just give me why.
I think I kind of like. I think I really like the style and like atmosphere. Cause and I know this isn't really. I know it's not technically Persona. When I first started playing Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, well, okay, I'll admit part of the reason I got into it was because Dante was in it.
Yeah,
No
Dante
one
from
try.
yep.
But I did think the game just looked cool. The main protagonist looked really cool. I think there's just something about that like atmosphere and like style to it that is just really friggin' cool.
Hmm.
It actually kind of reminds me of at least some of his games. Like Suda 51's games, like Killer Seven, No
I,
More
s- I
Heroes.
saw your
Um,
cosplay of
oh,
yeah, that
nice.
was awesome. By the way, go ahead.
Thank you, thank you. I think it kind of gave me a similar vibe to those kind of games. At least like Killer Seven and No More Heroes, not like all of them. And I really like that, I guess, aesthetic atmosphere. And I mean, Persona 5, granted, like it is not like that atmosphere or style at all, but that game is just oozing with like personality and style and all that. So in a totally different way. So yeah, I think if I had that's definitely one reason I like it.
Ink, remember when we were talking about? Was I telling you about Killer is Dead?
Yeah.
Killer is Dead's cool too. I like
Yeah,
that one.
about the Gigolo missions. Um,
You felt dirty playing them.
yeah, I actually had to call
I did
Ragiroth
too.
up a lot, and because he was a pro on it, like I'd call him up, like, "Yo, man, how you doing this?" And he's like, "Man, I bought like $100 worth of DLC. Like, I got like the Gigolo glasses that lets you see through their like clothes. I had that, by the way. But anyway, he was a champ. Like, he had screen
Yeah.
recordings of all like the sex scenes, and
There you
man,
go. That's a
like
good way.
I platinumed that game.
yeah, I walked through his like his room. I've never been to his house, by the way. And he had like it looked like there was a Kleenex factory in his room. I was like, what the hell, man? Like, what the hell's going on?
Can't help myself.
Can't help myself.
I don't blame you.
Um,
I've seen.
I mean, I know you've only watched the anime, but what is it that draws you to the Persona series?
Well, before I actually talked to you about the game before the anime actually came out,
Yeah.
4 or 5, and how you put it, I guess like through like everything, the story, I really wanted to jump into that
Yeah.
because I have never played a Persona series, and I like games that are really grindy,
Mm-hmm.
like Raggy said. I'm actually a really big trophy hunter,
Mm-hmm.
so like in general, and then the story alone, like I haven't seen anything like Persona in an anime, at least to the extent of like their powers,
Mm-hmm.
because I've watched a lot of anime, and I guess it's more in between just the grind aspect and the interesting of how the storyline is.
Which called with Persona, the way I always sum up Persona is, um, if you like Pokemon, and you like not having a dad in your video games, Persona has no
Specific.
has 100% no dads. Because if you notice, if they do have a dad, they're being sent away to get away from their family.
You have an uncle or a guardian, maybe.
Yeah, and they're the father figure, but still, I mean, you don't have a
I
dad,
understand.
and basically, and if you want to collect like little cute furry creatures, go play Pokemon. But if you want to collect like demons and like Thor and shit like that, and like awesome like old myth and folklore, it is Persona. And to me, style, just like you said, Raggy, the style of the series from the entire Shin Megami Tensei. I actually do prefer a lot more of the style from the Persona series because it seems like the art director sort of goes like, I'm going to pick a color and that's our style for the rest of the game. Because what, like 3 was like a dark blue,
It was
4
yellow.
4 was yellow, and then 5
5 is red.
5 was fucking red. Um, and that really lends to like I feel it lends to the storyline, and it blends to the music because man, I'm telling you, when I heard that one song from Persona, and I know whatever's gonna say what song it is. Can anyone guess what song I'm gonna
I'm
say?
gonna guess it's Last Surprise.
No.
No, okay.
I couldn't guess.
I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna put you in a trance. I
Oh, I think
don't want to hurt nobody. It is Last Surprise, by the way. Last Surprise.
okay.
That song was my last surprise to you before I said Last Surprise.
Oh, you got me. You
See?
got me.
Fucking Persona'd your ass.
Oh, another thing I did like about it, and since you're on the subject of collecting the demons and stuff, I think I really like a lot of the mythological aspects to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the timing kind of worked out too because I got into Persona and the TV show Supernatural at the same time, and there's a lot of
Love
mythology,
Supernatural.
like oh yeah, same here, a lot of like religious mythology, and I think that just kind of enhanced my interest in the game. That kind of like bounced off each other in terms of me like getting into them.
Quick question for the both of you on Supernatural. When you're getting turned on by the way they talk macho in Supernatural, do you like wee yourself a little bit? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say yes. Yeah.
Why? Yeah, like, I'll be honest with you. With Supernatural, why do they go like, "Hey, do you smell that? I don't know their names. Do you smell that chick?" Like
Sam and Dean.
it's like they
It's
all
really only Dean sounds like that though. Sam is kind of like a normal sounding voice, or at least a slightly less gruff voice.
they all sound like they watched Batman: The Dark Knight. Like at least they move their neck more
I think
in
he's talking
Supernatural.
about Bobby or Billy or whatever his name is.
Like it's like they watched The Dark Knight.
Well, Dean in the later seasons he does have a very gruff voice. Sam
Yeah,
he
he
just
does.
kind of has like sort of a he has like a deep voice, but not like but-
Like yeah, I'm expecting to walk up to you like, "Hey, I know it's wrong, but you want to make out?
Well, people have written things about that.
You want to do some penis
Oh,
learning?"
yeah, I've seen some of that.
Oh, you've seen some of this. Is that from the romance? The
No, it's
romance.
just owning
anime?
a Tumblr years ago.
Oh well, yeah, that would do it.
Was there a lot of like supernatural like?
This would pop up randomly. I
Oh,
wouldn't
definitely.
even
There's a lot of
follow.
supernatural stuff on
Yeah.
Tumblr.
I'm sure a lot of things popped up for you guys while watching Supernatural.
Oh,
But anyway, what were we talking about? We're talking about Supernatural.
it was. I was saying like the mythology of both of them. It kind of. I guess it helped me get more into Persona and vice versa. That
Yeah.
was another thing I liked about it.
I do like that they let you read everything, but 100%. Do you know my least favorite part of Personas?
What would that be?
The monsters, the collecting.
Really?
Yeah. I always feel like I'm doing something wrong. Like I always.
Yeah, well, I can understand you in that regard. I feel like there's like I'm like, oh man, am I fusing these right, or am I, should I have accepted that one or that one? I can understand to that degree.
The only time I felt like I did fusion correctly was Devil Summoner Part 2, because I had the best. I had like Satan, I had Thor. Like if you could say like the best like personas, I had them. And it's like I always feel like I'm doing something wrong, but
Mm.
I mean, also too, like if you look at from both of your guys' perspectives, if you look at Shin Megami Tensei series, look at JoJo. Like, I think Persona sort of cuddles up to it a lot.
I could say that. I could see that. I was actually thinking Persona 4 and finally enough JoJo's Part 4. It's funny because they both kind of take place in a small town, and it's kind of like a colorful sort of town, I guess. And
really
like,
colorful.
and the main villain is like, oh, it's a murderer, and we don't know what we're trying to find out who the murderer is, and like it's a sort of a similar, I guess, goal, I guess.
I'm
Way.
pulling up the cover for Eternal Punishment right now just to show you guys like what I'm talking about when it comes to the JoJo inspiration. Because if you look at this, like it is like off the charts. Let me see if you guys can see this.
I can see it.
No image. Um, add existing. About when it comes to. All right. I'm sorry. I'm bringing it up. I'm like leaving blank air. Don't let me leave blank air, guys.
Um,
No,
air.
Shut up. Anyway,
no,
here.
like
All right, so it should be coming up right now. It's gonna be really small here, but I just want you guys to look at it and be like, yo, like that's true. Like, look at this thing. Stretch to fit the screen. Like,
It is.
look at
That
that.
girl's name is that
It's
girl's name is
Maya.
Maya, right?
Yeah, it's Maya.
Yeah.
Look at that. Come on.
Yeah. That's pretty JoJo. Well, the heart thing definitely reminds you of
oh yeah, definitely.
JoJo's. They always have like random hearts and stuff on their
Yeah.
outfit.
And like, okay, so most of the time when someone gets their personas or their stands, it's either through some kind of emotional problem, like some kind of traumatic event in their life. I think
Yeah.
I think the only time in Persona where they didn't get it from some kind of like traumatic experience is what part 3 when they're shooting themselves in the head with the evokers.
Yeah, but I think most of those characters they already had their personas before the story started. I think I could be wrong. I think a lot of them there was some big event that happened in their lives from the first trigger. Like the protagonist, something. I mean, he gets attacked when his persona awakens, but most of them already have it before the story starts. It's not like 4 and 5.
Okay. Like, see that, but that's why I feel that like I do feel like they are in bed because I mean really it's
Definitely parallels.
they're calling upon a force within them that is I am thou, come on, like, and with the stands they are pretty much the same thing. They're both connected, and if a persona takes damage, so does the user, so on and so forth. Wait, am I right in that? I don't think I've
I
ever.
think in Persona, well, you you can't really tell in the show in the game, but I think in the show, and like I know in the fighting game, like if the persona would attack, like you wouldn't get hurt, but like if they got hurt, if the persona got hurt enough, you couldn't use them for a bit. But like, yeah, in the games, it's not really clear. The
Yeah,
anime, I think it is kind of like JoJo's, where like they do kind of share, I guess, health.
we should we should play the Persona fighting game.
But yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they do one for 5 soon.
Um. I played the one they had for I think what 4. Well,
Arena,
Arena.
Arena.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
there's Arena, and then there's Ultimax.
and,
There's
and
like a sequel.
and then they had the I want to dance, gonna put you in a trance song, and I was trying to introduce a friend to Persona, and that song comes in on the intro, and he looks at me because I was like telling about how great the music is, and like that song comes on, and he's like, Nick, what the fuck's wrong with you?
I mean, it's good music. It's weird, but it's good.
But come on, the wah, 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 like I felt it was very like '90s, like Japanese hipster kind of music in like the 2000s, like late 2000s.
And which song are we talking about here? I'm trying to
I'm
think.
gonna look it up. All right.
Okay.
Um,
I probably heard it.
talk amongst yourselves, okay? Fill up some space. You don't need to talk about Persona, but I'm gonna look this up, okay? Um,
I guess Inksy, do you know Mr. Anderson in person, or are you like an online friend?
Oh, I know him in person. Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
come on, what is it? Come on. Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah,
Is this
I do
it?
know.
Is this it? Here it is.
Is the people in the background? Is that who's in this? No, I'm just curious.
So you're not gonna be able to hear this.
Oh, okay.
That's my brother. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear this?
Playing Overwatch. Let me tell you.
Um,
Yes, I can.
Can you hear that now? Oh, here it is. It's coming up.
Oh, okay. This song. Okay.
It's
Yeah,
called.
Yeah.
It's called. Iwato Dai Dorm. Okay, this is when you're in the dorm, deciding what you want to do for the
It's
night.
like the kind of chill music of Persona 3. Oh yeah, it's a pretty,
come
I think it's
on.
a pretty like chill song.
Yeah, but come on, like I don't know.
It's not
Like
for everybody, I guess.
when you got like the battle for everyone's soul,
Oh, it's like my favorite song.
you like come on, like you
Yeah,
can't.
I mean,
You're playing that. It'll come up pretty soon. I'll have it lower in the background, but like I saw someone doing like a guitar, an actual guitar riff on this, and I was like, yo, like this is awesome.
of Battle Hymn of the Souls.
Yeah,
or the,
a battle for everyone's souls.
Oh well, yeah.
Like,
Guys,
dude.
I'll be right back.
No, you're not allowed. Not leave. But
It's like,
no, yeah, I know Ink from work. So
oh, okay, cool.
yeah, it's just like how I met you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I sort of like see. I don't make friends like outside of like just walking around because I don't walk around much.
Yeah.
I sort of have like translucent skin, so like the only time I really meet anybody is from work. So how you been? Like, I mean, what's I know we were talking. Me and you were talking about doing something with I think like fighting games, and if like fans.
Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking about that. I'm like, wait, weren't me and Nick trying to do like a podcast or something like a little while back? So it's kind of funny. It kind of sort of went full circle. Kind of.
Yeah, that you came back a little bit. And then what were we talking about with that? Like we wanted to have like what
We would have a YouTube channel. We would do all these crazy skits or something and like reviews or something. I know I've talked about it with other friends before and stuff. And
it was like
I think that's what it was.
what Primal Rage, and we were gonna have like certain animals on there that just would have sucked. Like I think like a shark, but like you needed to stay in the water, but there's no water on the levels, and you would just lose or something like that.
I do vaguely remember that. Or like, yeah, we were talking about like fake, like really bad games or something.
Yeah.
Like, that are parodies of. Okay, I do vaguely remember that. Yes.
So what would be a really bad game? Like if you could come up with a bad game right now, what would it be?
Oh my god. And I mean, an RPG game.
Kingdom Hearts. That's it. It'll have Mickey Mouse. And like everyone will use keys, right?
Oh no! I got it. It would be Kingdom Hearts, but instead of being Disney and Square Enix, it would be like I'm trying to think of like it would be like cereal mascots and like some. I don't know, I'm trying to think of some really obscure company. Like,
LJN. The Rainbow. And they did like Lethal Weapon games, the bad Lethal Weapon games. They did Who Framed Roger Rabbit on like NES.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, they also did
Friday. It'd be like a Lethal Weapon world, and like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit world.
And like Lucky Charms world, and you know what? Actually, I think SquareSoft could pull this off because then they would layer it with some kind of like deep, dark storyline. And it would just be this ridiculousness of just like, oh, who stole me Lucky Charms? And like Jason would come out and be like, I stole your Lucky Charms to resurrect my dead mother, and like, it'd be crazy.
Oh wait, did they make the Friday the 13th game?
Yeah, they did.
Oh well, then of course, if the game over. If you're in the Friday the 13th world, you have to get that epic game over. Where it's like your friends are dead, your family's dead,
your cereal is 8.
Failed, you suck or something.
Your cereal is 8. Is Ink back yet? No, he's not.
I saw like no.
Yeah, it's probably his brother. He gets really angry. The brother. I think they play Apex a lot. So like
he was saying Overwatch.
Overwatch, and like you'll hear him like roar, just yell and scream in the background. But I'm gonna have to ask Ink this question: if he could make a bad game, what would it be? They also made Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, so they did both of them.
Okay, so the rule with LJN. Oh, we were just asking about. I have a question for you, but the rule with LJN is if it was a popular movies in the 80s, if it was popular, they made a game for it. So,
it seems like
Ink. If you could make a really bad game, what would it be?
Ooh, I don't know.
I said Kingdom Hearts.
What, 3?
All of them.
All right, fair enough. You're gonna shoot me in the heart like that.
It's okay. I also love Kingdom Hearts.
To give you an example,
Minecraft.
Well, I'm saying like we took Kingdom Hearts, but we replaced all the Disney characters with cereal characters. and and LJN. So like, that's what we're going at here.
Oh, and Jason also has to be wearing like the purple outfit they added on.
Purple jumpsuit, not like the actual color jumpsuit. I mean, that's the thing. Have you guys noticed that like if you play an RPG, especially older ones, the character sprites will have like red hair, but on the screen they'll have like purple hair?
Yeah, especially in Final Fantasy, because I remember with like Terra in Final Fantasy VI, like she had the green hair in the sprite, but then like her artwork, she was always like blonde haired.
Yeah, it was weird. I'm a really big Final Fantasy fan.
So I'm okay. I want Inc. to play the Persona series because I want to get into the battle of the beast, like Atlas, Squaresoft, Persona, Final Fantasy, like.
Oh my god.
Because honestly, I fell out of love with Final Fantasy.
I still like Final Fantasy, but I do feel like I'm becoming a little more of a Persona fan.
Honestly, what did you think about 15?
I enjoyed 15. I mean, and Noctis is my boy. But yeah, because I do remember you guys talking about this. I would have preferred if Tetsuya Nomura would have stayed on the game and made it, versus 13. And while I did enjoy it, I think it wasn't disappointing for waiting the actual proper development time it was in, like 3 years, I think. Yeah. But waiting all that time, it was a disappointment, which I guess unfortunately is kind of bound to happen with a lot of other games.
Because they blew up that game like for years and years.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it. It could have definitely been better though.
I loved it too, but
it's just like I felt like it felt so westernized, like the way it felt, and like
yeah.
I was like, I wanted to feel more like Kingdom Hearts actually.
It was very empty too.
Because I love Kingdom Hearts, but like I like the more like darker tone of Final Fantasy 15. I like Noctis way more than like Sora, so I'm like I want that kind of game, but it plays like Kingdom Hearts. But like,
now, how did you feel them showing him in Kingdom Hearts 3 as the one guy?
Oh, I don't think that guy was pretty cool. I don't think he was I heard his name. I don't think he's Noctis. He's like I think he's like a parody or an offshoot of Noctis. But yeah, that part was really interesting, and I'm really interested in what they're doing with that extra credit scene where like where Sora and Riku are in that versus 13 kind of world.
He's in Shibuya.
Oh yeah, Shibuya.
It's a Shibuya. It's your boy Xinksly and my boy Bacon. It's Lance in a new box. Anyway, sorry, I had to jump in there. Proceed.
That's all right.
Proceed.
Okay.
Proceed.
Kingdom Hearts 3, I don't know. It just felt very underwhelming.
I actually kind of felt, I guess, the same way about 3 that I did with 15. Like, I liked it. It just,
I liked it too. There was a lot of like the worlds, like Frozen and Tangled. They just felt like it was like he was just pasted into the movie.
Yeah. That's what I that's the main thing I hear, because I never saw Tangled, so I don't really know.
No, me either.
What, Frozen I did see. And I mean, like, I'm like, yeah, it could have been like more. I did think it could have been more, I guess, a different storyline than just the movie. It is weird because with Toy Story,
I was upset with Toy Story too.
Toy Story and Monsters Inc. They like went like totally like in a different direction with the story. Like it was like, I think the Toy Story one was like before, it was like after 2, but before 3. And Monsters Inc. was like right after the first one, but like not, obviously not a sequel.
I'm going to interrupt for a second. But like, which one of you guys really cared about Frozen, the storyline?
I mean,
were you emotionally invested to what happened to Elsa and Anna?
I mean, I liked Frozen.
My favorite one, my favorite new Disney is probably out of all the picks would probably be Big Hero 6, because that was the only one I really seen.
More.
So.
What was Big Hero 6 in Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yeah, it was.
Because I've never played it. I mean, the way I feel about Kingdom Hearts is the way my ass feels after I have a thing of coffee. Shitty. So, like...
like Kingdom Hearts, you either like love it or you hate it, for the most part.
I played part 1 for a little bit. The Bobo shoes...
They're different in 3. That's not... His shoes aren't...
I mean, to be fair, he looks way better, well, at least in my opinion, he looks way better in 2 and 3.
I just feel like if I was going to get into the Kingdom Hearts series, I feel like I'd have to play like 5,000 different remakes of the same game
That's kind of the main, that's the main problem if you didn't start from the get-go.
in order to like get the storyline. Because I feel like what they did was they sort of took a really nonsensical idea, SquareSoft Games meets Disney characters, and they're like, you know what? How are we gonna get this interesting? Let's make a really convoluted story.
Sometimes it didn't make sense to the player.
And I feel like that's their way of making it more adult, because everyone knows, if it's a really complicated storyline, adults can only follow it.
That's understandable. And Sora in 3, like, his maturity level went up a lot, too. I kind of liked him more.
Did his balls drop in this one?
It felt like it.
I mean, I'd like to say it's like Haley Joel Osment's got to be like, he's like older than me.
I thought you said I'd like to see that. I was like, whoa!
Whoa! Raggy, that's the one thing. How did you feel about Final Fantasy characters not really being present in 3?
I was pretty bummed about that because like I like Disney, but I'm more of a Final Fantasy.
Me too, and that's what really got me started into.
And I'm like, oh man, Noctis and Lightning are going to get to be in this game, and then they're not in the game. I'm like, what the?
How would you guys feel about a Persona and Square crossover?
I think that would be awesome.
That'd be hot, wouldn't it?
and my only other problem with 15 was the DLCs were lackluster.
Well, they canceled a lot of them, didn't they?
I liked the episode Ignis. I thought was pretty cool.
I loved Arden. That was the only one I really.
I keep forgetting to play that. I got it.
That's the best one.
I figured it was. It seemed most.
Didn't they cancel though some of the DLC?
I really wanted to do the Lunafea and the Noctis one, but
I really wanted the episode Aranea. I really like her.
Yeah, I like her too. Yeah.
I don't. See, 15, I watched a little bit of the Let's Play, and like,
the game's amazing, but it's not. It didn't live up to what it was.
That's ultimately the problem. It's a good game. It just
what really killed me is the Leviathan fight wasn't the original fight from E3 that they showed, and it really killed me. When he was climbing the buildings and everything, it was just so much fun.
Oh my god.
They cut all that out.
So what happened? There's like a Leviathan fight or something that.
Yeah, originally Noctis is actually climbing up throughout the broken buildings throughout the water.
He's like teleporting up the buildings and shit. It was crazy.
And it wasn't even in the game. You just fly over.
You mean a game studio doing a bait and switch just so you'd buy the DLC?
Well, the problem is,
it's the real game.
The problem is because I think the trailer he's talking about. This was when Tetsuya Nomura was still working on the game. Like it's before they shift developers, so a lot of stuff had to be cut and changed.
Mm-hmm.
So like that part was still in the game. It was just altered greatly because of, I guess, the new direction and all that.
Do you think him leaving is going to affect the series just as a whole?
Well, I mean, he doesn't really. He's still he worked on he did Kingdom Hearts 3, so it's not like he's gone from Square Enix. I actually think I heard he stepped down. I could be wrong. It's been a while. I thought I heard he stepped down because he's like.
Actually, I've heard he stepped down too, but I think they were altering his game too much for 15, and he stepped down. I think that's what.
Hold it. Okay. Metal Gear Solid 5. Open world. Hideo Kojima said, something was going. Okay, so he left. Okay. Persona 5. Didn't someone from that development leave?
I'm not as familiar with the people that work on Persona, so
I think it had something to do with the person who did the music.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, I thought no. Actually, I was watching. Funnily enough, I was watching like a fact thing on Persona 5. It still, I think, had the same composer. I think they just didn't have the same people that did like I guess the lyrics, the singing parts.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
And then Final Fantasy 15. So the correlation I was trying to make was 5, 5, and 5.
Oh.
So every time they make something in a 5, it seems like someone leaves.
There's development issues. Yeah.
Well, I think because now what they're doing is they're trying to push the games too hard instead of just keeping like with Persona. The reason why Persona just keeps getting better and better and better is because they take what they have and they make it better. They build on it, and if they see something that didn't work, they get rid of it, and they just keep building and building and building. But with Final Fantasy,
they change it so much.
They sort of shat all over their legacy, which to me, I like Final Fantasy when they were turn-based. And I feel like they just took a shit all over their original games, and now they're embarrassed of where they came from.
Well, actually, one other thing. Another game that's a 5 that I think has probably a trouble development. Shin Megami Tensei 5. We haven't heard shit on that in a while.
Well, yeah, and I just got done playing Apocalypse. Shin Megami Tensei Apocalypse.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which, like, I've never been a fan of the Shin Megami Tensei like standalone games. I've always been a fan of like Nocturne, and like,
Is it Nocturne? That wasn't a standalone one.
That is a standalone one. But okay. So
okay.
I think these are more. I think the Shin Megami Tensei like Digital Devil Saga, Nocturne, and Apocalypse, they are actual Shin Megami Tensei games, because Persona 1 and 2 and I think 3, they weren't even titled Shin Megami Tensei. I think the naming convention Shin Megami Tensei didn't start
Persona
in 4 or 5.
I know is the first game they got rid of the Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah. So
4 did have it.
I think Shin Megami Tensei, I think that does include Nocturne, because I think Nocturne is what happens after what's his name? The main character, Floyd. The main samurai guy in 4.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I think it happens after that,
it does.
And then Nocturne is further into the future from that, and then Digital Devil Saga is like it's like thousands of years.
Oh, okay.
After, if you haven't played Digital Devil Saga, dude, it's really good. And it's not going to take you like 40 hours to complete, like, one. They're kind of shorter. I think I completed both of them, each one around 25 hours. And the leveling system is very gratifying. Like, it's not a huge grind, and you sort of get like nodes, and you purchase like new abilities in nodes, sort of like the talent screen from like Final Fantasy, I guess 12.
Okay.
And basically, that gives you different abilities. So you can either stay in human form, or you can transform into your demon form, which is basically your persona. And each form comes with its own benefits, but there's no point in turning into human, because the humans just suck. But I think Digital Devil Saga is the end of the Shin Megami Tensei. Like, this is like years in the future. Everyone's dead, and this is what life is now. But definitely check out the Digital Devil Saga. It's so good. Sorry.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it.
What were we talking about?
Oh, you were talking about how, like, when games like
they change too much.
They seem to have not be as well received. When games like Persona, they just kind of build off what they already have. They thrive.
But I think the problem with Final Fantasy is that they sort of have to evolve or die. Because Final Fantasy, that's not a niche market. It's not a cult following. And when you have a cult following, such as your Persona players, people will follow you. They'll throw themselves off cliffs just to play your game. I mean, I know I killed an old woman to get a copy of the game. I was storing dead hookers in the back of my car. I had to hide the scent from my wife for like months. But I got a copy of my game. But with Final Fantasy players, people are going to buy it just because of the name. And they want to see something fresh, something new. It's like they're like the Vans sneakers of RPGs. They're a lot of money. Are they really worth all that money? I mean, if that's in the eyes of the beholder.
I was gonna say, because I know you said you liked FF when it was turn based, and I agree. Like, I think 16. I think I should go back to turn based. However, I liked 15 being action oriented because, well, it was supposed to be a spin-off originally, so it wasn't supposed to be a main game. That just kind of happened.
I just couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. Like I was even just watching it, like, watching someone play it, and I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. What do you?
I mean,
didn't you say, Ink, that they had like a turn-based mode in 15?
You could do one.
You could turn it on, yeah.
Okay.
It's probably not like, I don't know how well received it is, but I never tried it, but
Me either.
there is one.
I remember someone mentioning it.
I mean, where do you
Yeah.
think they should go with it, Ink?
I honestly, they could add it like they do with 15, but I do honestly like the freedom of the fighting 15.
But it's not really freedom because it's still on a rails. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But see, I think it's only on rails just because of like all the development issues and stuff. I think if they, it was still kind of rushed. I think if it wasn't rushed, it probably wouldn't have felt that way, or at least felt less that way.
How did you feel about the camping system and the magic system in 15?
Camping system I didn't mind. Magic.
I didn't like it.
I didn't like the magic being items, and I did not like the summon system. The summon system was so stupid. Like I don't want to have to be like super low on health to just be able to use my summon, and I don't have proper control of it. And I like the FF games like 10 that did let you actually control the summons. Or I was hoping to be like Final Fantasy Type 0 where you can like control them and stuff. That'd be so sick. But I wasn't crazy about the magic.
Not me either.
Camping I didn't mind.
What didn't you like about it, Ink?
Well, honestly, it was the summonings and a lot of most of the point was a lot of the characters, like you had to watch like the movie and the anime in order to understand a lot of it, and a lot of like Final Fantasy is based off of like story, and there was a lot of it missing, even when they had the DLCs.
I mean, that's why you're playing the game. I mean, that's what makes an open world worth it. You know, I mean, 'cause you might traverse for like 3-4 hours to get to somewhere, but it's the storyline that's driving you forward. And from what I saw with Final Fantasy 15, it was a pretty cut, dry, simple. Go here, collect this. Go here, collect this. Prove yourself that you're king or whatever. Like, that's my issue with Final Fantasy. I feel like their storylines. It's basically a bunch of emo kids journeying through a King Arthur story.
And that's the thing with it. A lot of people say Final Fantasy 15 was made for the newer type of players for Final Fantasy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say that like Persona, like all those people in that, they look like little emo goth kids, but that's because they're high school students. But I still get a level of maturity from the storyline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess to be fair, a lot of those characters in 15, they were designed back in like 2005, 2006.
So that was.
So I guess that was the style around then. I
mean,
I personally like that style.
Was Anne Heche still big?
Who?
Anne Heche?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who that is either.
Look up Anne Heche. It looks just like Titus.
ANN or
ANNE Heche.
HASHE.
I don't know how to.
Wait. I think.
Yeah, I don't know how to like properly spell it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think she looks familiar.
Yeah, I mean, wait a minute. I might be thinking of a different actress. But it's pretty close. I mean, Titus looks just like.
I think maybe Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan.
You're thinking of. Looks like Titus. Yeah,
I mean, but after Final Fantasy IX, I feel like every character they took Meg Ryan and they dyed their hair black, or like they kept their blonde or something like that.
Are you talking about Luna Faye and stuff
like Titus, like?
Well, Titus and Van definitely have that look. Then Lightning was totally different. Then 14 was MMO, and then 15 you had Noctis, who was designed probably not that long after Titus.
Like Auron, I feel like Auron was probably the most badass character in like the later series, and Lulu had the biggest tits out of every one of them. And I don't understand why they just don't put Lulu's tits on the cover of every Final Fantasy box, because I would buy them. It actually, I would be my hand would be stuck to every copy. It's sticky, so you don't drop it. But like, I don't know. I wish Final Fantasy IX was my last favorite Final Fantasy.
Nine is my favorite.
You didn't like 10?
10 was all right. Like, I feel like 10 is where it started going down a bad path, because I am a more traditional RPG player where I like sprawling world maps. And in fact, with like the Persona series, that's one thing I sort of wish I had. At least, well, they made improvements on it in 4 and 5, but
They got bigger.
they've gotten bigger, and the older ones were just little dots on the map, and you just move your character to it.
Yeah.
And like after playing 9, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "Get this! This ain't a fucking world map." And I sort of do yearn for the old days of 9 and 8's world map and 7's world map, because the game still felt sprawling, but it didn't feel empty like 15 did.
Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. I think I personally just think if there wasn't so many development issues with the game, I think it would at least turned out better. I mean, it might not have been like I guess it might not have been everyone's cup of tea. Still, I just think like what they were trying to do would have just been like so much better. I just wanted a darker Kingdom Hearts game, and like
And that's what it
I
was.
didn't quite.
I wanted version.
But Mickey Mouse wasn't even in 15.
No, but I mean,
He wasn't trying to act like a badass in a black coat. Like you see him walk up to you, you're like, "Oh shit, who's this?" He's like 6 feet tall, and all of a sudden he takes off his. He's like, "Hey everybody!" And he steps down off his stilts, and it totally ruins the mood. If I had a boner at that point, it would have fallen off.
I mean, I honestly think Kingdom Hearts is the coolest Mickey's been, but
Well, I mean,
he's like Yoda.
I mean, how many times is Mickey Mouse badass in anything?
Yeah, like 0.2 times.
Yeah, because in 3 I felt like he was really underpowered. He was kind of like weak.
I mean, I guess he did
He's older now.
And I mean he did go toe to toe with I think near the end he was spending off his Mness.
Wait. Are we still talking about Mickey Mouse?
Yeah, we're talking about Mickey Mouse.
So,
I think.
Does he ever once take off his glove and just smack a bitch with it?
No, unfortunately.
I wish he did. But no.
0 out of 10. Too realistic.
No bod.
What the hell? But I'm gonna ask another question. Have any of you guys watched any good movies recently? I always ask this because I want someone to be like, "Yeah, I saw this awesome movie. It was completely terrible. Here it is."
I mean, I've seen a lot of recent movies. I've seen John Wick 3, Godzilla King of the Monsters. Toy Story 4.
How did you feel about Godzilla King of the Monsters?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was pretty good.
I want to go see it.
I'm not crazy about movies.
I want to go see it, and I went to the theater, right? And I heard a bunch of stuff going on, but I actually couldn't see anything. It was like all the fight scenes were shot at night and in storm, and
there were some parts I did have a little hard time. The camera was a little rough at times. I'll say that.
Yeah. I give up on American Godzillas. John Wick 3, how was that?
Oh, I thought it was pretty awesome. I feel like it's my favorite. I don't know if I could say it 100% confidence, but I feel like it's my favorite of the 3.
And is Cyberpunk out yet? Speaking of Keanu Reeves?
No, I think that comes out in
March.
April. March of next year. Yeah.
Well, everybody knows that my birthday is in March. It's March 19th. So, if you want to drop me at my P.O. Box 666 Hell Drive at 66666, drop me a copy of that game. I'll probably never say thank you for it, but I'll say it right now. Thank you.
Will do.
Yeah, but Cyberpunk, that is a game that I really want to check out. It's definitely a different departure for CD Projekt Red. So
is it like? Here's the thing: is it first person or is it like? Because I can never tell.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think they're gonna. I think it's both. Maybe I think you can switch in between.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because what's the point of being able to like make a character with a sweet ass if you can't look at that sweet ass?
Yeah, that would be lame if you can't look at it.
Yeah, I mean, when I make male characters, I always make their asses just look hot. Another question is, when you play a game, MMO, whatever, do you play your own gender? The gender you identify as, or just a female?
It depends. Because
Well, you can go ahead.
I don't know. At least I used to be a big Destiny fan. I don't play it anymore. But when Destiny came out, the armor looked better on females, so I used the female character. That's the only game I've ever used a female character on.
And that's funny because in the Elder Scrolls, I always felt like the armor on the females always looked terrible. But shoot, Raggy?
I think like 98% of the time I choose male. I think the only times I choose female are, I guess, in the few instances maybe I kind of like the look of the females better. I feel like there's a time I can't remember off the top of my head, or like if I've already gone through the game and I would picked like a male avatar or whatever already, so I'm like, yeah, you know what, I want to try something different. I'm not and I do female, but defaultly I usually go with male.
I'm pretty sure you preferred the look of the Nier protagonist, right?
Oh, hell, oh, near Automata?
Automata, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, yeah. 2D's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, I probably spent most of my time looking up in that game, even though I couldn't see anything, but besides that ass. But, anyway, that game was awesome. Have you played that, Ink?
What
Nier
what's that?
Automata? Nier Automata.
Oh, Nier Automata. Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't
man.
finish it though. I'm like at the very end.
I
But
didn't finish that game because it sort of pissed me off. I know it's by the same guy who did Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Hey, really?
Yeah. And Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which is the first like Metroidvania kind of game in the series. There was two endings. One ending you can just get and you're done playing the game. The second ending you had to do a series of things, and all it did was, in order to get the real ending, you had to play the game again upside down. So the castle was flipped upside down, so you're running on the ceiling and everything.
I actually watched gameplay of that.
And Nier Automata sort of forces you to do that because now you got to play as her little android helper, the little schoolboy.
Yeah, 9S. Yeah.
And like I thought, I don't know, I just didn't want to have to play through the game again, like to see the same things I've already seen, except for like maybe a few chapters just to get through the third chapter. Like, I hate when they make it feels like filler.
No, I understand.
I feel like, well, because I love Platinum games. I do feel like they kind of struggle making this like
Can someone
longer games.
Can someone confirm to me if I was right about Castlevania Symphony of the Night? I think I am. If someone can just Google
no,
that.
I don't think anyone that worked on the Castlevania game Automata.
I think it is, but
I think you might be thinking of Bloodstained.
no, Castlevania. I'm gonna look it up. Nier Automata
I know Yoko Taro's the Nier guy.
and
Could be wrong, though.
Castlevania
I've only ever seen gameplay of the other games, so I can't really.
Symphony. Which that game's awesome. Symphony of the Night, dude. The Clock Tower.
Yeah,
Clock Tower soundtrack is awesome.
love that music.
Let me see. Castlevania, Nier Automata, and Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I'm just looking it up. Let me see. I'm gonna put Nier Automata wiki because I'm really curious. I swear, I read something on that.
It could be another.
Karaoke. Can someone look up?
Maybe someone that like didn't, like maybe not like the main.
Can someone look up? Well, I have Taro Yoko on me right now. That
Yoko
is-
Taro?
Yeah, Yoko Taro. Sorry. I'm bringing him up actually. I'm trying to look for his works, video games. He did Final Fantasy 15.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, he did a thing for that.
Oh, maybe that's why they had some crossovers.
I might
thought
be-
it was just because it was Square Enix.
I'm wrong. I am wrong. I swear, someone from Castlevania
It
did
was
it.
like someone like music or like
Yeah.
artist or something, someone minor maybe.
Maybe the reason why I automatically drew it in my head was because of what they make you do. So
Maybe.
yo, he also did Time Crisis 2.
Huh.
He's doing a lot of stuff.
Oh, the
Got
Drakengard series, of course. Drakengard.
Yeah. That was like a prelude to Nier, I think.
Yeah, man, Nier. That was fucking awesome. I think I played Drakengard. I think 3. Yeah. Man, that game was fan service to the max. Max. But I need to tell John this story. So me and Raggy, sorry, we worked together, and we were doing a midnight release for Metal Gear Solid 5.
When you worked at GameStop.
Yeah. And let me tell you, we made Metal Gears out of cardboard boxes.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And we did. Everyone had to hide in cardboard boxes, and one person would have to go out and find everybody. And basically, the last one to get like caught, like you actually had to catch them, but they had to stay underneath the box when they ran. What we gave them like a credit or something like that, like $5.
Yeah, something like a coupon or something.
I still have a photo of that on my Facebook. I was dying when I saw that. I was like, "Yo, look at that!" But
Oh wow, man.
we had the best midnight releases there.
I know, yeah.
We had a lot of fun. It made time fly pretty good there. But what were we talking about anyway? We were talking about Nier Automata.
Yeah.
But before that, we were talking because we got a little sidetracked from there. Oh man, what was it?
Oh, it was. Crap! How do we get on here?
I don't even know how we got our. I don't even know how we got our own live stream.
Oh! You were asking about like what gender of avatar we choose.
Yeah, gender avatar.
That
But
led me here.
I always play dude. I just feel weird playing a
Usually,
female.
like I said, I play a dude too, but Destiny was the only one that I did do one.
Yeah, like once on a blue moon, I'll choose female. But
Choose
yeah,
female.
Usually male.
So I mean, I'm kind of upset. I mean, I've already given Ink like two great movies to watch, which was Cyber Ninja and Ricky O. I feel like my movie recommendations are falling on deaf ears. I'm pretty sure I have a listener. We have a listener somewhere that's like watching every one of these. So, my next
I'm sorry.
my next suggestion is I saw this at the Chicago G Fest back in like 2013. Death Kappa. It is about a Japanese pop idol. She's a singer that's like overwhelmed by her work, and I think she's being stalked, but isn't every Japanese pop idol? And she ends up moving out to the countryside, where she meets a kappa, which is basically like a goblin in Japan. And it turns out that underneath her house is actually a secret lab of Nazis who want to turn her kappa into a death kappa, which is a giant monster. Definite watch. You should definitely check it out. Death Kappa. Kappa for the other person, because we have 3 watchers right now. So we probably have 1 because you guys are probably watching the stream. So we have 1 watching.
Me it says 3, but I
Yeah.
guess it might be counting
Yeah, so
us.
yeah, it's probably not counting me because I'm not actually watching the stream. But
Okay.
if you out there, make sure you watch it. Death Kappa, awesome movie. Highly suggest. It'll blow your penis off. But
What if they're a girl though?
well,
boobies off?
no, females do have penises. They're just tucked inside.
It's inverted.
It's inverted, so it'll actually first inflate their penis out of their vagina, and then finally it will explode.
That's hardcore.
Hardcore, dude. It's fucking hardcore. But anything you guys want to add?
I'm trying to think like back to what we were talking about.
Originally we're talking about Persona.
Yeah, that was the main.
That was
Topic.
our main topic, but it just got like we got thrown in the Final Fantasy. So
I guess it's like because they're so like entwined with each other. I guess it's like you're gonna.
well, you have sort of like I said, Final Fantasy is sort of the jock, and Persona's like
Yeah.
is like the hot goth chick you just don't notice.
Yeah. That is actually really spot on.
Yeah. So I feel bad for the series, and I feel like, and I want to see more. Like I want to see more of the series get released. I want to make sure that Atlas.
I mean, I feel like Persona's in a weird place because I feel like it's really popular and well liked, but it's not at the same time. It's in like a weird purgatory of like mainstream games, but not mainstream games.
Did you buy it physically?
Yeah. I like almost always buy games physically.
Did you notice that it had a full colored instruction manual inside of it?
Oh, I remember my copy having that.
Let me
That's
make
weird.
sure. Yeah, mine
I mean,
mine had a full color copy thing in there. I'm trying not to get too far away from my computer because I'm like trying to reach inside my closet to grab my copy. I might be thinking about 3 actually. I might be wrong. Fuck
Yeah, I
no.
don't think.
3. Oh, sorry, 4. I'm talking about 4. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
4. Sorry. 4, man. Like, that's one thing I love about Atlas. Like, their instruction manuals They're dope. Like you just, I think every time I open one, I just smell it, and it's
I
just,
love that smell.
oh man, like, and it's just they're just so colorful. They're really interesting just to look at. They still have like the old school like character introductions. Um, and it is kind of a shame that games don't come with instruction manuals anymore.
I wish there was like cologne or deodorant that smelled like that had that smell.
Ink, get on it. We need that smell right now.
All right.
You're probably the smartest person on this live stream right now. I need you. I need you to distill smell of instruction manual now.
Trap it in a bottle. And
Yeah, yeah. He's gonna be like. He's gonna. I don't.
Be up all night working on it.
Yeah, he's gonna be like. They're gonna find him at his job, like hiding, like burning, like instruction manuals on a spoon, like trying to like distill it. Like, oh man. Any listeners
Walk in
out
and
there?
off different different manuals and stuff and going nuts.
Do you think we could write to Yankee Candle?
You could try.
Maybe Yankee Candle will take recommendations because they made that nasty one, bacon.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
They might be able to make instruction, but like they
So
have
you
to
get
have.
new game smell.
Yeah, but they also they need to have like Halo 3 instruction manual. Like that just smells ranky because it's really just one page. But like you can have like Atlas one, and you're like, oh my god, it smells amazing. It'll smell like a damp woman. In fact, I wish I still had that photo.
You don't have it anymore?
I don't have any. I tried to bring it up earlier in the stream, but I sort of just got rid of it because I didn't want it cluttering up my computer.
Yeah,
And plus, I didn't want my wife to come in and be like, "What the fuck is this?" You know,
Yeah, no.
like what are you doing in here, Nick? But anyway,
What the hell are you doing on this web show?
yeah, what are you doing on here? But yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. But I do miss instruction manuals a lot.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
I keep forgetting. I'm 32. What are your age groups, guys?
I'm 27.
Okay.
I'm 28. I'm gonna be like 29. I'm literally like
Okay.
2 weeks.
So yeah, you guys are around my age. For some reason, like, I always thought you were a little bit younger than me, Raggy. Like a lot younger for some reason.
I mean, yeah, I remember you were like older, but like not like by a huge amount.
Thanks.
It's like years.
Thanks.
You're very welcome.
Thanks. I feel decrepit now.
Not in like a bad way, just like
What? Not in a bad way. I mean, being old. I mean, you're just getting arthritis sooner than I do. You know, like come on. But I was sort of like I was about to say, were you guys around for like the instruction manual, like when instruction manuals were still there? But you were,
Oh,
yeah.
definitely,
definitely.
Yeah, because
I
like,
remember like the games that like before YouTube and everything, you had to buy one.
yeah, I was even looking up instruction manuals because, like I said, I'm going to do the Persona games live, and I wanted to buy strategy guides, so like I can have the list of all like the Personas without having to look it up while I'm on stream.
Yeah.
And I can't find them. And Persona Revelations is
They don't make them
$200.
barely anymore. Yeah, they barely.
Yeah, like you can't find them anywhere. I even try to go on the Wayback Machine to see if like people posted up like PDFs of them.
Yeah.
Nope, can't find them anywhere.
They're not like people just use YouTube now. It's weird, but
Sometimes GameStop had a Final Fantasy 12 strategy guide when I last
for the
worked
record,
there.
are we talking about instruction books or are we talking about guide books?
Both in general.
Okay, both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Halo 4 was the death, I think, of instruction manuals. Because that was the first game to not have instruction manuals.
Puts a bullet through an instruction manual.
Yeah. Like,
how'd you this is another question randomly off topic. How did you guys feel for GameStop? Because they're getting hit with under like a lot of fire right now. Their company.
I mean,
do you still work for GameStop, Lance? I mean,
yes and
Raggy?
yes and no. Like,
Okay.
Basically, like because after the Westmont one shut down, rest in peace. I went to the Cherry Hill one, the one that's like not in the mall, but like the one that's like on the way there. And like, I mean, it's going okay. I mean, I just don't really get any hours. At least the last month or two, I have not gotten like any hours. But no, my general experience, I think it's okay. I mean, granted, I've always been a game advisor or guest advisor, so I don't really work as much as Mr. Anderson did.
But
Okay.
But I mean, I don't mind working there. I think it's cool. It's not my favorite job, but
on that subject, that's why I asked if you were still working there, because I don't want you to say anything that could
yeah, I know what
potentially
you're
lead
saying.
to you. Because I mean, I've heard of them doing that. So,
Yeah.
but I don't work there.
I don't have anything really negative to say anyway. So
So I mean, I don't work there, but I mean, I give a big fuck you to them. I mean, a big middle
Yeah.
finger. But so I really don't care. Like, I do feel bad for the people who are working in that industry. Because I mean, it's their lifeblood. But if they knew it was right, they get the fuck out. Like now. Because it's only going to get uglier as more and more stores start to close, as the pressure starts to stack on GameStop. And I've seen it happen with Blockbuster because I worked at Blockbuster.
Ah.
oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, like I've seen it happen, and the writing was on the wall before I left that. In fact, when I left, my store manager I was working for was such a c word. Um,
Yeah.
I threw
So
my
girl.
I threw my keys at her and just left.
Wow.
Wow. That's you don't want to be in that kind of job.
Yeah,
Definitely not.
yeah. She said things to me. I literally, I almost punched holes in the wall. Like, and I'm the
Yeah.
wimpiest guy in the world, and
To
it
get
just,
under your skin
just
like that.
oh my god. So whatever, fuck them. I'll be honest with you. You know, out with the bad, in with the good. So
I miss Blockbuster.
Same.
I miss that. I remember seeing the green cases when I got home. Because my dad worked there too. Seeing the green cases that the games would come in, and
Mhm.
oh man, like, ooh, so exciting. Um,
You know,
and
there's still like a Blockbuster in like Alaska or something.
Yeah, that's like the last one.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's more of like a museum now.
Yeah, it's privately owned though. It's not me.
I think I heard you can buy stuff, but it's not like
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I just remember Blockbuster having a certain smell when you would walk in too.
That
I
was
think I know what you're talking about.
that was just me farting.
No, it was a good smell. It wasn't like.
Well,
I
you're
know,
trying.
so your farts smell good then. Like,
Yeah, you're trying to say my fart stink.
Well, to yourself it might.
Yeah, I sort of just put my head in it and like.
Yeah, but it had like a certain smell when you would walk in. I don't know.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
because I was younger. I don't know.
it was probably of like burnt plastic. Because we did a lot of saran wrapping on things, with hair dryers to like reseal things that were supposed to be new, but we were trying to sell it to you new, even though it wasn't new. And we would reseal things. Yeah.
That's funny. I wouldn't know that. I didn't actually know like before Blockbuster closed that you could actually rent consoles too.
That was years and
yeah,
years ago,
yeah.
though.
Yeah, that was like really back in the day. Ancient lore.
Yeah.
I didn't know that though. I didn't know that was available at one point.
I remember my dad was doing. He
Wow,
was.
video let you do that.
I was doing. My dad was doing a inventory one night. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and he had to do it all by himself. So he had my mom and us come with him to help him. And me and my brother didn't help. We actually played Street Fighter, the movie, the video game, the fighting game.
Don't blame me.
All night. And if I don't know if you guys have ever played Street Fighter, the movie, the video game.
I've seen it.
Oh man, it was bad. But I mean, that's what we did. And Panzer Dragon. Because you could rent. I think they were renting consoles when Sega Saturn was out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, I remember
Virtual Boy, I think Virtual Boy was the last console you could actually rent out there. It didn't go further than that. So
Yeah, I didn't know. I was watching a video about Blockbuster and stuff. That's why I was asking.
B-Buster, I almost had a seance in a store because we thought it was haunted. Yeah, it was pretty
Haunted
creepy.
Hell.
Yeah. Yeah, haunted. Well, haunted how? Me and my buddy, one of my old friends. He don't talk to me no more. He was the one we played. We played the Persona RPG I made up. Not Persona. The
JoJo.
the JoJo one, the
I know what you're
Nojo,
talking about.
the Nojo's
Yeah.
Adventure. Every time we would go through the store at night when we're closing, all the lights were off. Movies would get tossed off the shelf.
Oh, here, that's definitely haunted.
So we were like, what the hell? And yeah, we almost had a seance in there to like rid it of the demons, but so Raggy, we're coming up almost on 2 hours. How did you did you enjoy your stay with us today?
Yeah, no, it was fun. I
Yeah,
enjoyed it. I've been wanting to do like something like this with like because there's a Discord, and I guess I'm part of another YouTube channel that I watch, and I always wanted to kind of be on their show, but that never happened, unfortunately. And like I was thinking of doing something like this with some of my friends or something, but I mean, it's cool that I got to talk to you again and talk about some stuff.
we're better than that show.
You're always welcome to join us.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
I'd like to be in more. I mean, I guess it just depends on what you're talking about. Some things I might be able to offer a lot of things. Other things I might not know what the hell to say. I mean, thankfully, Persona, and we wound up talking about some other stuff.
Same thing with like Inksley. Like today, I felt kind of bad because I mean we were talking about Persona, and he really didn't what we were talking about.
And that's fine. I understand that. I'll eventually get into it.
Yeah, and then like we had we talked about like JoJo, and you haven't watched what 5, right?
Well, yeah, well, it's funny because it's like me and him, like I've seen a good portion of JoJo, but not exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He's interested in Persona, and he's seen a good chunk of the anime, but not the whole thing, or has he played
Yeah.
the game? So at least it's things we're like mildly
Yeah.
interested or something like that.
Exactly. So I mean, that's the whole point
It's
of a
not too bad.
that's the point of a variety show. And I call this like it's sort of like a dirty forum. We come in with like ideas of something to talk about, but then like we sort of get sidetracked it, and we start talking about like hentai and like do stands have penises.
Oh, yeah.
Like
That kind of stuff. And then it just evolves. I mean, it's always like I guess like anything about anime or gaming. Usually, mostly.
yeah.
But so it's. I guess we just go with it.
Let me ask you
Yeah.
a question, Raggy. Do personas have penises?
Well, there is one that literally is a penis. I'm gonna say probably no, though.
And if they did have a penis,
Unless
would you
unle-
be
unless
behind, or
something like-
would you be the caboose, or would you take one for the team?
I'd probably be the
You know how to answer this.
the one in the front. Probably.
Okay. All right.
Unless the character's like personality or persona has something to do with like penis or sexuality, and it's reflected in that, then yes, I guess I would have one.
I mean, I'd let Lilith go crazy on me any day. Woo! Heaven and hell, baby! Woo!
There's literally one that's a penis, and I think there's one that's a vagina too.
What? I've never seen the penis.
Yeah, Mara, and
I
forget what the vagina one.
Let me look. I'm typing in penis persona right now.
Oh nah.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, it's a chariot. I'm posting it. I'm letting everyone see the glory of this penis. And then let me go on to OBS here. This is horrifying. I do remember this one. And this is a newer one too. Okay. Browse, and are you guys ready for the horror? The horror.
My body is ready.
A fit to screen. Look at that thing. It should come up any second now.
The main reason the Persona games are rated M.
Yeah. It's horrifying.
Oh my god.
Did it change yet? Did it change?
Yeah, it's there.
It's there. Okay. Now I have to find. I'd have sex with that. Now vagina persona. Man, this always goes down to this. Whoa! Is that?
Make sure it's graphical for YouTube. You don't need that.
Well, no. I mean, I don't know. This one, I don't think this is. I don't know, man. I actually have boobies in my Dead of Brain, series.
It's because it's a game, though.
Yeah. Well, this is a game too. Like, come on. Here. I don't know. Is this the one you're talking about? Because this does not look like that, dude. Like, let me see. I'm getting there.
I think it is. I mean, I guess it's like it's not as, I guess, pronounced as Mara, but I think that's what I thought of. Yeah.
All right. So you are seeing that one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because like that,
Scary.
it definitely does. Like, could you imagine getting eaten by that? Like, and
Hell no.
It's like something from freaking Berserk.
its breath must smell like a tuna factory.
God.
That's ranch. That's ranch dressing right there. But anyway, like I said, we're coming up on the 2 hours. I really do hope that Raggy, you will come back.
I'm
Um,
definitely interested in coming back.
yeah, because I feel like the more the merrier.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I actually expected like not that it's a bad thing. I actually expected there to be like you and like maybe 3 other people. I didn't know it was just you and one other person, but I think that's actually good. That was good for me. It was a little easier to jump in there.
like
Why were you like anxiety wise?
I mean, not anxiety. I guess like anticipation. I guess you know.
Oh yeah.
well, I mean, the whole point is, I mean, I'm looking at this as more of a experience for us talking.
Hmm.
Just to talk about, what we want to talk about, and if people want to listen, they want to listen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you do want to come back on, just come up with something you might want to talk about,
Okay.
and then we can like trample over that like we did with everything that we want to talk about today. Anyway,
Now, do you guys do this like every Thursday at this time, or does it kind of vary?
I would like to, keep the next. For me, I would like to wait about not next week, but the next week after that,
Okay.
Thursday at the same time, if that's okay with you, Ink.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we can catch up on like animes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
more
So
stuff
yeah,
to
definitely have like a week of a break for.
Yeah.
That's up
Oh,
there.
I was just gonna say like Thursdays, like this one worked out, and I mean, because it's like if I was working at GameStop, it would probably be a Thursday night, but it's like I don't know when that's gonna happen next.
The
But
only
well,
the only other time because I have off Sundays and Thursdays,
okay,
but then I mean I have to. I don't know what Ink's schedule is too.
Yeah, I don't know if I work Sundays all the time. It's
But
weird.
a lot of times places close down at like 6 o'clock. So,
yeah,
but just let me know.
We'll all
we'll
figure it
do.
out.
We'll figure it out. Well, tentatively, I am going to schedule it for 2 weeks from now, Thursday.
Okay.
So, just keep something in your head that you want to talk about.
Can I
Um,
also talk to you more on, I guess, Discord? Because for some reason, when I talk to you on Messenger, the messages take either a long time to send or they don't send or something.
okay, yeah. Let me
Weird.
let's just say goodbye to everybody. The everybody that's
Yeah,
watching. Yeah,
yeah.
but they will be watching. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I've been Mr. Anderson.
I'm Xinksly. Oh my god, I did it again.
You are not Mister. I'm the only Mister here.
And I'm Ragiroth.
John Cena. And thank you very much for watching. Make sure that you check out everyone's channels. The links are in the description below, as well as my Patreon. Support me over at Patreon so you can see more boobies in your videos, and I don't have to edit anything out. Great. Thanks very much for watching, and make sure you have a good night. Good night.